Hey, hey, welcome back to Time for a Plot Twist, where Gen Xers like us try to process a chaotic world while keeping at least one streaming app open and our inner child somewhat soothed. So, last night, Netflix had a meltdown, and I don't mean like emotionally, though, let's just be honest. It probably should after canceling three perfectly good shows this month. I'm talking full on outage, though. Users across the US got smacked with that title not available error like it was 1996 and your Blockbuster card got declined. Wah, wah. But tens of thousands of people couldn't stream. Uh, while the Gen Z hit Twitter with their memes, we Gen Xers, oh, we just quietly fell into flashbacks of remembering better days when, we had AOL and dial up, and yeah, it took 10 minutes to rewind our VHS. Some people, maybe you didn't even notice though. Good for you. If not, maybe you had a book. I don't know. But how do you cope when your streaming is down? Do you power through a puzzle or do you pick up a book and read? That's typically what I do. I have so many books, so many. But as a technical project manager by day, I kind of went down the mental rabbit hole on this, and I wondered, do you know how Netflix or anybody fixes this kind of thing? It's really kind of wild because they run all of the traffic and real time monitoring scripts. They isolate which services are breaking, like if it's the logins or the playbacks, and then they reroute the traffic through healthy servers while engineers are scurrying about, fixing things like caffeinated little elves. And then when they get it fixed, they just reroute everything back through. So that's how the shortages or the outages can be such a short period of time, because they just reroute the traffic. But when it happens unexpectedly, it still hits and it takes some time. So, it's more complicated than it may seem. It's not just flicking a switch, but it's pretty cool. Speaking of screen drama, we got a plot twist of the fantasy variety now. Let's talk Hunter Schafer, possibly being cast as Princess Zelda in the upcoming Legend of Zelda live action film. Yep, the whispers are getting louder, and the internet is doing that thing it does when it debates representation with the subtlety of a Reddit flame war. But, what's your take on Hollywood adapting video games into movies? Because it's happening more and more again. It's not the comic books as much now as it is the video games. And yeah, I loved Zelda. So I'm excited to see it in a film form. But what do you think? Is this too much? Some people may say it's too much, but I'm here for it. I'm excited. Casting rumors, though, like this, sometimes it gets started from someone's assistant who saw someone send a message and they thought they saw this. So it may be total garbage. It may not even be real. But I don't know. So either way, Legend of Zelda is coming out, and Legend of Zelda fans are invested. And honestly, so am I. Hunter's ethereal, otherworldly vibe would actually work, I think. What do you think? So, anyway, in the span of 24 hours, we went from no Netflix to possibly getting live action Zelda with a trans icon leading the way. That's a plot twist that Gen X couldn't have dreamed of in the 90s. And I say, bring it on. Go ahead and do me a favor, hit the comments. And, how did you survive the Netflix blackout? Are you Team Schafer Zelda, or are you holding out for a different fantasy face? Uh, Let me know, and I'm excited. I'll hop in and respond as well. This has been Time for a Plot Twist, where tech fails, games get glow up, and Gen X holds the remote control.